everyone, this is Fariba. As you can see, I'm in a different location and I am not in my room or in my living room, and that is because I am visiting my sister um, in another city. So, uh, for tonight's episode that just came out for Last of Us, I did not bring my camera and all that sort of stuff. So, but nevertheless, I did record my reaction for the first episode of The Last of Us. So just want to give a heads up that it's not going to be the best quality, but I tried as much as I could to enhance the video as much as I could. But yeah, just want to give a heads up on that. And yeah, this is what I'm just gonna do for this episode. Hopefully by next week, I will go back to kind of the usual build that we always do. That will be typically be in my living room. But aside from that, I hope you enjoy my reaction for it. I mean, this is a show that I've never played Last of Us, so I'm not too familiar with it. Just a couple other things to know about this reaction video, because I was watching with my sister, who is familiar with the game. Um, there are a couple commentaries from her, so yeah, just wanted to mention that. And yeah, without further ado, enjoy my reaction video for the first episode of The Last of Us.
Coffee.
I don't know what this is. People on planes. That was something you described in your book.
Yes, a new virus in Madagascar, say it could be in Chicago within necessary. And there are no treatments for this, no preventatives, no cures. They don't exist. It's not even possible to make them.
So if that happens,
We lose.
It's like they went the Game of Thrones route with this. This is like how they do Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon with the title credits.
Yeah, I'm just glad I saw they included the voice actors
Mm-hmm.
in the show also.
Yeah,
The
one.
actors is the actor.
Yeah, I think Marlene.
Yeah.
That's the one I saw was the one that was returning. Yeah, this is like all Game of Thrones style. Or Game of Thrones inspired. I heard they changed the years as well on the
Yeah.
game and the show.
Did you read about any of it?
No. Just a couple like small stuff like the changes, but not the actual plot.
Where is that, Middle East?
Doesn't ring a bell. It's definitely a country. Maybe part of Asia.
Jakarta isn't a country. Being a part of Asia isn't mutually exclusive with being a country, and in fact, it's the capital of Indonesia.
Shit. Hope for us yet.
I do. But I'm on Atkins.
What now?
It's you know what? We gotta run, but Sarah will be by later. She'll stay as long as you want. Tell you all about Atkins.
Great. I'll let Connie know.
Solid. We're closing. مشان تسمع we're done for today.
It's 3:15. We close at 7.
كنت عم بحكي على التليفون مع اختي ما عندك فكرة شو عم بيصير okay? I'm very sorry he cannot finish.
I'm already finished.
طب خلصني وأعطيها إياها بقى. You should go home. There's a lot of police and stuff on the road today.
Well, that's true every day, isn't it? People out there need to get right with Jesus. 3 nails plus 1 cross equals 4 given. I was thinking we'd make some cookies. Chocolate chip? Bring some.
dog.
It doesn't mean anything to you. I'm sorry.
Where's the cake?
Oh.
Shh.
Come on, man.
Did you?
What?
I don't hear anything.
That was lame. You're lame.
Yeah, I know. Where'd you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
It's better
This
than
is
I
exactly
It
from
was only
Pedro.
$20.
Really?
This
I'll
whole
just stole
part,
from you.
word for word.
I could have stolen 60, but I put the change back because I'm honestly borrowed from the others.
Oh, this is the one with the deleted scenes.
Yeah, imagine how bad those have to be. Come on, pop it in. Let's do your birthday.
Oh.
I mean, I heard that
Don't fall
the
asleep.
show was going to be more like the games in most parts.
The area and will be in contact with further instructions. Stay indoors.
Easy. Easy, Mercy. Oh.
Bruh.
Mercy, please. Mercy!
Get in the truck! Right now! Move! What are we doing, Joe? We're gonna be brave, and we're gonna get out of this. Hey, let's go, come on. Get in. Joel! Denise, you get back inside the house! You lock your doors now! Come on, get in!
I remember this from the game a little bit, this part. Wasn't this in the game?
What part?
This part in the car, or no?
Yeah.
I remember this part a little bit when you were watching the thing. Oh.
Locked up.
Good. It's Jimmy's place.
The others are taking in and go.
What the fuck?
Son of a bitch. Gotta go around. Grab something.
Oh man, this is exactly from the game. I remember exactly some of these parts. Wow.
All right, keep going, keep going.
Go faster! Motherfucker, go! Find him out! Whatever! These people are moving! Back it up the street! Now! That's what I'm trying to do, Joe. Just keep driving.
Dad?
Shit! Move! Move!
Oh. Oh. Okay, I remember a little bit of this. Okay.
Sir, we are not safe! I'm sorry.
Please don't.
you're okay. Move your hand, baby. Move your hand. I know, baby. I know this hurts. You're gonna be okay. All right. Baby, listen to me. I gotta get you up, okay? I gotta get you up. All right? You come on. I know, baby. No, I know. Tommy, help me! Joe. Come on, baby girl. I gotta get you up. Come on, get up. Come on, baby girl. Come on. You got anything else?
Nothing today. Tomorrow we got street sweeping or sewer maintenance.
Which pays more?
That'd be the one with the shit.
Oh.
Lake 3 or 4 p.m. start.
Or I could just shoot you.
Yeah, but then what would you do?
You're short 5. $600 total. Look, those trucks are shaped for a reason.
And they don't have any batteries. I know. I could see like 200 for the other guys. 200 for you.
Dude. How about we just let it go? What else are you gonna do? You gonna keep me here? Kill me?
Tess, come on.
Then Robert, what do you want?
I want you to forget this ever happened.
Dump it.
Say your name slowly. Veronica. Since yesterday. And the day before. And the day before. And then. Hey, people are gonna come looking for me. People from Federal, you hear me? Let me out or you're gonna pay, motherfuckers! I'm not supposed to be here!
Robert is terrified of you. So you march out of here, all Clint Eastwood is gonna get wind of it and skip. I need you to take a breath.
In
that room, west. From our guy in the radio tower in San. Is this real? I believe it is. Keep it quiet. Don't worry about anything. But if you're feeling lost,
Tell me to look for the light and I'll break your jaw.
It's for orphans.
They didn't put you there. I did. Ellie.
You my fucking mom or something?
You look like your mom?
No, you're not.
My name is Marlene. I'm the leader of the Fireflies in the Boston QZ.
Why would a terrorist dump me with Pedro?
Because it's where you'd be safest, and you were safe there if you decided to sneak out. Terrorists?
What is that? Oh.
This one's done.
Yeah.
What's that?
I know, I wasn't
Sometimes
expecting
like the infected, like they like start rotting and they get stuck on the wall.
No.
Ah, okay.
It's like a puffer or something. If it
You think he
like
came down
it's
after he was
like dead,
infected?
but it'll like
Maybe down here is where he was infected.
perfuses.
Yeah.
They have like different names for each one. I forget.
I don't think they're putting the spore stuff in this series from what I read.
You smell that?
Yeah. Gunpowder.
Yes. Marlene?
Joel? You okay?
Marlene?
You okay?
Ellie.
Ellie.
No, it's okay. I'll be alright. Yes.
So this is who Robert screwed us over with? Like this. Che Guevara of Boston?
So this is who Robert screwed us over with? The Che Guevara of Boston?
Because of it, you turned my own brother against me.
Okay, Joe. That was a lot of gunfire. Pedro's gonna be on the way. I know.
We're gonna move Ellie out of the zone tonight. We won't make it anywhere like this, not for a while.
We were gonna move Ellie out of the zone tonight, but we won't make it anywhere like this, not for a while. So now I'm thinking, you're gonna do it.
The hell we are.
Let me take her.
Asshole.
You trust her? No, me neither. She seems desperate. Firefly vehicle usually means repurposed Fedra stuff.
No, me neither. She seems desperate.
Firefly vehicle usually means repurposed Fedra stuff. So better than defense, making it commune.
Before we hand her over, they give us everything. If not, we kill her. There and then.
Deal.
Really?
Remember when I told you?
You are all the... Don't fuck this up. Please.
Give us a minute, alright?
What the fuck?
So what's the plan?
What the fuck?
Song, they don't have anything new. 70s, they got new
The radio's a
stuff.
smuggling
What's
code,
80s?
right? 60s song, they don't have anything new. 70s, they got new stuff. What's 80s?
What are you doing?
Killing time.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm sure you'll figure that out.
What are you doing?
Killing time.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm sure you'll figure that out.
You watch it, broken.
What was the song?
Oh, the
Say
radio
like,
came on when you were asleep.
Wake me up before
What?
you go.
What was the song?
They kept saying, like, wake me up before you go.
Ladies in trouble.
Gotcha. 80s means trouble.
Listen.
Listen.
The spot on your Lancaster looks good. You gotta...
Holy shit, I'm actually an house.
Man, I'm actually outside.
Take the left edge around the bar zone.
You gotta be shitting me. Okay, let's talk this out. Turn around. Get on your fucking knees. Get on your fucking knees. Hold on. What I fucking tell you, man? I said stay the fuck home. Get on your knees.
Just get on your knees. Just get on your knees. Listen, you let us do this run, we'll split the cards with you.
Oh, will you?
Yeah.
I'm so blessed. Hands on your head. Eyes closed.
Oh.
Hands on your head.
No, no, I'm not sick.
Go!
I'm not sick.
Go!
I'm not sick. Look. This is 3 weeks old. Nobody lasts more than a day. Just look at the old to you. You would have killed me. When did it happen? It doesn't matter. You have to trust me. They're gonna catch us if we don't run.
Well, that's 80s, so that's trouble then.
Hope you have enjoyed that reaction from Last of Us, whether it be my reaction in general, knowing that this is the first time I'm, exposed to the game, or hearing a couple of comments from my sister. But one of the things I do want to say is that even though I'm not too familiar with the game itself, I do recall having seen some snippets of the video game sometimes here and there, just because at least I would see my sister be watching her play the gameplay for Last of Us. So like the beginning sequences with Sarah and Joel, that was very familiar to me. So I was a bit aware of that, as you can see in the reaction video. So, but yeah, let's go right down into just discussing it, right? I mean, again, as someone who has never played the games, I mean, yeah, this is a pretty good episode. I mean, I think right off the bat, like it feels like a very different type of, apocalyptic type of TV series. Like, I mean, I have watched The Walking Dead, and yeah, I probably followed it for like I think about a good 7 seasons before I, decided to just, stop watching it. But this definitely does feel different. Like there is a bit more, this gloominess to it. There's a bit more grimness to it. I feel like it has a bit more of this reality to what's going on in the world. But also a bit more, understanding of kind of just who this Joel character is. He's not, he's not like the Rick Grimes or anything like that, where they have these heroic features, traits, or anything like that. But has this kind of a bit more of this like darker side to him because again of what happens in the beginning of the episode. And honestly, like I mean, I think one of the things I was very aware of before this episode is just a lot of kind of this criticism about the casting, right? Like why Patrick Pascal or Bella Ramsey. And I know for me, at least, I'm familiar with both actors from Game of Thrones, of course, and of course Patrick Pascal. I mean, who doesn't know Patrick Pascal, right? I mean, for me, I think when I first heard that Patrick Pascal was going to be playing Joel, I mean, I think right off the bat, I was already, digging it, but that's of course somebody who has never played the video games, right? I know a lot of people were talking about, his features and all that sort of stuff, but honestly, like for me, just as someone who is not aware of the games, I think right off the bat, I knew um, that Pascal was a pretty good choice for Joel. I mean, for one thing, of course, he is known for playing a lot of fatherly like roles, like Mando, uh, like Mando, like his character from Wonder Woman. But I think the one that I think that really solidified the fact that Pascal is made for this role is his character as Ezra in Prospect. I mean, a lot of people have not watched this movie. I think it's a very underrated film. It kind of has a bit more of a similar sort of like feel to it, where it's not technically apocalyptic, but the relationship between Ezra and CC, who he is in that film, it definitely has a similar dynamic with what we see with Ellie and Joel in The Last of Us, and not just that, but just sort of this, mannerism, the traits of Ezra, like I could see a lot of in Joel. I think that if a lot of people weren't aware of, you know, Prospect, then of course they definitely, had their doubts about Pascal. But if anyone had seen Prospect, I think that probably would have, alleviated a lot of the stress regarding, the casting choice. And I think just from watching this episode, like I believe this is probably one of the best performances I have seen from Pascal and like since forever. Even in comparison to like some of his previous characters, like would it be Oberyn Martell or Mando or any of those, right? I think this is one of those cases where I really do see Pascal just putting his heart and soul into this character, Joel, like the way that he really shows his nuance of who he is, showing that he's not the most heroic type, right? Like he isn't a typical hero character that we would typically get in a video game or whatnot, or even for a show like The Last of Us that is based on like this apocalyptic genre. Um, I think just from this episode, just seeing him just embody sort of this new sort of role, and again showing this nuance, and again like showing, because you can see again like how a lot of his influences from characters like Mando and from Ezra, like we're seeing a bit more of this complexity of his character, and again a bit of this darkness and melancholy of like what's going on with Joel. And I think that Pascal has really done such a great job with already, showing off who he is in this, series, alongside just everything that has happened so far in the first episode. And I think uh, the phrases do not just stop there, right? Like, I mean, Bella Ramsey, just from just watching her so far, I definitely do kind of enjoy who she is as Ellie. I mean, I think this is the first time I've actually seen Ellie um, like when it comes to just the gameplay and everything like that, like just understanding who she is, kind of her personality of it. Um, Again, she's a very fierce character from what I get from, but also the fact that she does have a bit more of this, humor of her, which I did not know about before. Um, Again, I think that this is a pretty great cast that I'm seeing right here. Again, already seeing, what's going on between, Ramsey and Pascal. I mean, Ramsey and Pascal, and how they're exuding, the relationship that will basically become just the defining part of Last of Us, which is Joel and Ellie. I mean, the way that it sets up, it's been pretty great. I mean, that's coming from someone like me who has no, has little to no knowledge of, what happens in the game. And I think anything that I had any, idea of, I think it just ends right here. Like, I think moving forward, everything's going to be very new to me. Like I have no idea what's going on afterwards. But honestly, like just having watched this first episode is just remarkable. I mean, just the beginning sequences with the the outbreak of how this so-called virus, or I think what they try to mention was like a fungal like sort of spread. I think it's a fungal. That's what I'm getting at. It's like it's a fungus sort of thing that kind of just seeing everything that plays out, right? And I mean, of course, everyone's talking about the the heartbreaking scene where Joel watches his daughter Sarah die. I mean, that was just really hard to watch. I mean, that really hit deep. And again, just going back to just applauding just the performances from the cast. Like, I mean, Nico Parker does an incredible job playing Sarah and just showing just this innocence of who she is, and how everything's happening so fast, and how she's basically like a victim of what's happening with all this outbreak happening. And then again, just seeing Pascal just really showing off you know um, the emotionality of Joel, and just showing what's going on, and the heartbreak that happens in that one scene of losing his only daughter, right? I mean, it really hits deep in the heart, just seeing all that play out. And again, just seeing what happens, not just from there, but kind of how things have changed 20 years later. And Again, I think so far this show has done a pretty great job of just not just setting up and building up what's going on, the outbreak of it and everything like that, but also showing sort of the cause and effect, or not just cause and effect, but just the before and after of everything, right? Like the before, like what's happened, with the outbreak and things like that, and then just showing the consequences of everything 20 years later. Um, Setting up the characters, kind of giving us introduction of everybody, as well as just setting exposition of what's going on. And I think so far this episode has done a really great job of setting up not just the tone, but as well as the pacing of everything. And I think again, the performances are top notch. I think when it comes to just about any HBO show, right? Um, Typically their shows are like the highest quality. Like, I mean, they're premium for a reason, right? And it's not like they're showing like CW shows, right? I mean, these are shows that are very top notch, and I think the fact that HBO had the rights to The Last of Us, I think, was one of the reasons why I had a feeling this was going to be a very good show going into it. I mean, never would have imagined that they were going to give a budget that was supposed to be even more than what Game of Thrones even had. And I think that's really, really paying off after having seen that first episode. I mean, I'm very intrigued to see what's going on moving forward. I don't have any problems with the fact that this is a series that's going very slow. I'm assuming that's the same case with the actual video game itself, that, things take a while to really build up. But that's totally fine. I mean, I prefer a, story that really builds up than just kind of going right into just everything, right? But yeah, so far, I'm enjoying the show so far. Um, I got educated a lot in what happened in the video game and now what didn't happen in the video game. And again, the performances are just, I think, are what really just, are like the stand of this episode, right? I mean, again, like Pascal and Bella and Ramsey has done a great job. I mean, again, applause to Pascal for really just showing, exuding, just embodying who Joel is, giving us a deal who he is, and just showing again, this, this anti-hero type of character that we're going to be, following the journey through in the next few episodes, moving forward. And yeah, I mean, this is a journey that we're all going to be looking forward to, and I think they've already caught my attention, at least in terms of, getting my attention. But yeah, that's all I have to say about The Last of Us. Again, I was not able to record in the way that I would have wanted to, but I do want to at least show you how I felt as someone who has never played the game, just giving my, more of this innocent, uh, new perspective of how I felt about this game, as well as, some commentary from my sister if you wanted to kind of, understand what was going on right there. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this. I look forward to seeing the next episode. I mean, it looks like things are going to get really intense moving forward. But yeah, I look forward to seeing Last of Us. I mean, I guess it's finally the time that I've watched the entirety of the gameplay now, and now I'm going to do it here with the actual adaptation for it, and I look forward to seeing what happens next in The Last of Us. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the episode. Again, I look forward to seeing it. But yeah, let me know what you think. Have you seen the first episode of The Last of Us? Have you played the games? Have you not played the video games? If you have, what do you think of it? Like, how does it compare to the video games? What are things that you think they really nailed? If you have not played the video games, how do you think of it so far as like, a new spectator, as a new, audience that's seeing this? How do you feel about this? What are your thoughts about it in general? What are some pros and cons? How do you feel about the story so far, the casting, the performances that we've seen with Pascal and Ramsey, and any other opinions that you have regarding about this episode? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe.